I don't know how many people out there follow the trials and tribulations, the traps and snares of I, but they've been pretty prolific and mostly injustice within an injustice system, as yet uncompensated. But, you know, at one point, I think, yeah, it's like really breeding that fear vibes around a person, taking their human rights, leaving them on a system, violating their boundaries, you know, encroaching. I don't want people invading my life. I don't want people intruding on my life. I don't want people in my life that shouldn't be in my life, but that's what that is as a system, and I really don't want it. And it's like, trust the process, the magistrate said. It's like, well, I don't trust the process. I don't want to be in your presence. It's like a room where people are basically being detrimental to you and trying to cast assumptions on you. Why would I want to even trust this process when I don't think I should even be in the room in the first place? So couldn't help but notice there's a lot of no-shows at magistrates, and it's a highly documented thing, and it's highly lawless. And I've noticed, like, for what is on the TV and the news, it doesn't even cover people's plights and plagues, and the fact that these plights and plagues and locusts are about people's business and they shouldn't even be about them. It's like, it's affecting, if something's hanging over your head for a year, that's a whole year's custody already. You've basically been hanging over somebody's head, and you've put someone in a cell without even finding them guilty for a day anyway. So it's like, things that they do and get away with are just disgusting. And you watch things like Big Brother, the woman gets a mass compensation payout for 10 hours in a cell, and you go, well, I spent 3 days in a cell for fuck all, nothing at all, and you can't tell me any different. It's like, so where's my compensation? Where's my shit? And at one point, I used to get scared and go, like, what's wrong with my family? Are they all mental? They're all mentalists. Like, they're these sort of people that have never smoked a spliff and they haven't seen through the veil of this bullshit or somehow. There's something funny going on with these people. I think like that for a bit. But then you go, thank you for not sticking up for me. Thank you for not saying one single fucking word. Thank you for not a single word, because all you do when you do that is energise the little tosser men that are getting off on authority abuse and injustices within a justice system, self-perpetuating themselves like there's something to be aspired to when they're not, because the vibe was basically constrictive. And it's like, coming out of the 80s, that was what was coming through. Like, you have to take your kids to get to the dentist visits today. Oh, it's abusive if you don't get jabs. It's abusive. And really going sort of militant on it. It's like, I can see through all that shit, that pharmaceutical bollocks. And if it's good for Muslims to say, I don't want to get a blood transfusion for my child, even though they might die, you have to respect that as their faith, right? So it's like faith and religions and things, they ain't got no validity these days within our institution. It's a godless country to me, like what I've come to see and not appreciate. So whatever I'm trying to bring forward, you'd only have a problem with it if you were immoral. The way I see it, it's like, sorry you ain't got the vision, sorry you ain't got the foresight to see when you need something. That makes you kind of like morally lacking. I'm a visionary and I'm not political. I just come up with an idea that would solve homelessness by taking people to like legal squat buildings in the winter. And since then it's like, oh my god, that is limitless potential for anybody that's qualified and wants to be on a database and get paid as a freelancer. We can just move and shake and do a lot more outside of the constructs of this institutions that somehow hold chemotherapy over people as a sort of like, you have to have this done if you want to get osteocare. Like, oh right, so as good as weaken a person's immune system, shorten their life expectancy, and then give them the bone fillers. It's like, and has she even got the C word, or you're just doing it because you infected her wounds and put a short stint in her leg and you know it's so painful, the leg. Oh, in hindsight, oh, osteo bollocks. I can see with 2 eyes person's bone density. I don't need a fucking x-ray to tell me that. You've opened the woman up and you've put a short stint in somebody's leg of 70 plus. Of course it's going to cane them for the rest of life, and then you're just treating them like a piece of fucking meat. Put them on the pregabalin, kill off their nervous system as well as their immune system, and then they'll just die a couple of months after being treated like fucking Sam Neill. You know, I don't like that world. I choose not to. I speak up against that world, and everybody goes, oh, you got a problem. It's like, no, you can just trot along to it if you want and go, NHS workers doing a wonderful job, whatever. I think that they're lowest end of the spectrum, people that have bygone and they're living in a godless world, that aren't actually seeing the world for all its true potential and don't want to take it to the 5th dimension vibrancy. People, I'm not even a hippie, but it's like, actually, wow, I inadvertently am one of those new world people. I'm trying to see a new world manifest out of this dross, because if it goes anything like America with their insurance and money, 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 it's just a godless, heartless piece of shit. And you make people energetically suppressed and like their lives aren't worth living. You act out all over me. Thanks for not saying a word, because I want to give toss and culture any validity. So yeah, at one point I was scared that people didn't care or stand up or say a word. Now I just go, thanks supporters. Silence is the best way to deal with culture, you know what I'm saying?